Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It is week 2 of Dephemerember. Okay, feeling a little silly today, so got some stuff on my desk. Kind of have an idea. I don't know what we're going to do for sure yet, but it's going to involve a journaling card and a beloved visitor. So this is for the 9th of December for Dephemerember, which, if you're new to this, check out the description box. And there's some links to all of the fun that's happening. My voice is a little funky. I'm getting over a cold, so bear with me. Yeah, I printed off some photos and I'm trying to decide exactly what I'm going to do. I think I picked the page in the journal that I'm going to use, and I'm going to kind of go off of me being the beloved visitor. And this is a bunch of stuff from some trips and maybe some hopes for where I'm going to go sometime, and we're going to go with that. So let's get started. Okay, so I don't know where we're going yet, but we're going to go there together. I kind of like this page to work in, and I was thinking, this is the exact same size as my pages. I may actually make this another page, but I haven't decided yet. So we're going to just set that off to the side for a second. I think what I just need to start doing is just start cutting some stuff and have a think. So I know I want to cut that one, and I know I want to cut that one. And we'll see where this goes. So we need journaling card and beloved visitor. So I kind of wanted to focus on places, actually, and visiting places. So that's kind of where I was going with all of this. I have multiple pockets because I have this little accordion style folder that I made in this already. And then I just really love the papers and everything. So we're just going to kind of see what happens. I don't know where we're going yet. So it might be all over the place. It might not be, but I know I want to cut out the phone booth here. What is going to be easiest? Let's just scissors. I just printed some photos on, some I did photo paper and some I did watercolor paper. I really like printing things on watercolor paper. This really nice watercolor paper that I have. I don't know why. I just like it. It's a nice texture. I don't always want shiny finish. So that's what I do. And my X-Acto might be easier to do some of this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get some stuff cut, and then we'll move on. So maybe I'm also always trying to think about what's going to be easiest to edit, because I never know sometimes what I'm going to be doing. And you don't want to sit here probably and watch me cut all of this stuff. But sometimes that's how I think through my process on what I'm doing, because I don't know what I'm doing yet on this page. And sometimes that is the beauty of creativity, is to just start having a play and start figuring out what you want to do or what might be interesting. So this photo is of one of my besties when he came to visit me, and we did some stuff in my hometown, which is not where I live anymore, but I love going back there to visit, even though sometimes it is a bit stressful for me. I obviously don't live in that town anymore, but my twin sister does. So if you are a twin that is identical, there is, and we are very identical, especially if, so for a while we weren't as identical, and now I feel like we've gone back to being very, very similar in build and in how we are. And it is a challenge sometimes for me to be compared or not identified as who I am. So, and I don't necessarily think that that's something that everyone can understand. However, I know that there are a lot of people out there that do struggle with identity and being recognized for who they are. And that's hard. And I don't know that a lot of people talk about that kind of a situation with twins sometimes. I was really lucky growing up that my parents didn't really ever force us to dress alike or anything like that. We did sometimes for like holidays and things like that. But it's always been a little bit of a challenge to kind of be an individual sometimes and not be put into the same box as the other person, or flip side of that, always just be referred to as that person's twin. Oh, you're Stina's sister. My twin sister's name is Stina. Oh, I didn't even know she had a twin, which is fine. There's a lot of people that don't know I have a twin either. I mean, if you don't see us together, you wouldn't know. The one that frustrates me the most is just being called other Stina. That one is frustrating to me. So, sorry if I'm getting a little ranty. It's not really ranty. It's just more like, be mindful. And it's hard. Like, there are times, like when we used to live in the same city, we both lived in the same city, and we had very different jobs. And she would sometimes have people get very irritated at her for not knowing who she was, and vice versa. People would get very irritated at me for not knowing who they were, and clearly they were people that we knew from different circles. So that was always a weird one too. I have to be like, oh, hey, by the way, so this person that I met on the street definitely thought I was you today, and they're probably really irritated with you because I didn't say hi. It's funny, and I try and laugh it off a lot, but there's sometimes it's more difficult. And oh, hi, Stina. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. And I'm like, I have no idea who these people are. And it's hard because she's a teacher, so she knows a lot of people. She has a lot of students. She knows a lot of parents. She's in lots of organizations and stuff. Some of them might be watching this. She might be watching this. Hi, Stina. It's not anything negative on her by any means. It's not like she's not in control of how other people view us. But it is one of those things that it can be a little bit difficult sometimes. Because people don't know who I am. I haven't lived in our hometown for a while. I did for a bit live there again, and then ended up moving away. So yeah. Anyway, I'm not really sure where all of that was going. Other than started with that picture being in my hometown. And yeah, I like to go back and visit. It's nice to go there. I enjoy it. Okay, here's the other one I wanted to do. And some of these photos are from some different places that I have gone this year. This photo looks a little bit weird on one side. I think I might do some fun doctoring to it. This fun little house that was at a pumpkin patch that I went to with my other bestie. So we're gonna do something, because this is on watercolor paper, so I thought I might be able to do something fun. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, getting back to the whole twin thing. If you have twins, make sure they have their own stuff that they get to do. And not all twins are the same. We're all individuals. We all have different relationships with our twin. They're not all the same. I have sets of cousins that are all twins. They probably can identify with some of the same issues. And I have friends that have sets of twins as well, and they've asked me, you know, what are some things that you would recommend? And that's one of the things I recommend, is let them be their own individual. Don't force them to do the same things, because they're not going to necessarily want to. And that's okay. It's okay to be different. Let's see. I think I'm going to cut this bit here too. Okay, so got a couple of those. So I don't know, if you're a twin, say hi. I'd love to see if you have some of the same things that have happened over the years that had some very weird stuff happen sometimes. Okay, anyway, let's see. So I have this fun house, which could be cool, and it kind of matches with what we have happening here. What's on the back? Okay, that's our magical page, so that could be fun too. So this could go in here someplace. I was also thinking, I mean, these all look really cool on here. I do want to get this phone booth on here too, but although I wonder if this can tuck and just become a journaling card. It kind of sticks out fun. I don't hate that, to be perfectly honest, but we could do something else too and make a series of different little tuck spots. I don't know. So this is cool. This is neat. What if we made this like a flippy, like this could flip down maybe? Because that's kind of cool. Like that. Or even like that. Oh my gosh. I probably should have thought about this a little bit more, but I didn't. Then I have these great photos from some other camping trips that I've been on this year. So maybe I'll just get some of them to fit into here and do some interesting stuff that way. Okay, let's just measure how big these pockets need to be, perhaps. A ruler. So these are gonna have to be about 4.5. So 4.5, and they're gonna be different heights actually. So by 3.5, 4.5 tall and 3.5. So let's see what we got, and we'll go from there, because I don't know what we're doing yet. I do love the mushrooms. Maybe we can do something like this. I do think some like flippy stuff to kind of enhance, or because I love this one of the water and the limestone. Some of these didn't print fabulously, but they are what they are. Okay, let's just cut some of these down and see where we're at. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause here, gather my brain a little, and go from there. Okay? Okay, I think I got a little bit more of a plan now. So I cut down the photos. I trimmed this one down. I kind of like this going on here. So I'm just gonna start inking some stuff. This is one of those times when you just have to let your creativity do what it wants to do. And I just need to be okay with it and trust the process. Just having a struggle today, and that does happen. I think my mind is kind of, I didn't sleep really well, so I think my mind is kind of all over the place. And I was fighting with my computer this morning because it didn't want to load videos to edit. And okay, that looks really cool like that. Natural. Let's see. I'm just want to see if I can get a little highlight on these mushrooms a little. Yeah, it's working. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm just adding a little of this distress ink to the edges of the mushrooms, just making them a little more vibrant. I'm thinking this kind of looks cool here, so I think that is where I'm going to end up putting it. But I don't know if I want to tuck some other stuff in there yet. I might tuck some fibers or something. So set that off to the side. Next, photos. I cut them down. So first I want to corner round them. And I know I want to do that with all of them. It will make them easier to tuck into pockets. So I'm just gonna do that. Oh, that's, oof. Okay, I don't know why that's always so difficult lately. Do it this way. Okay, so that, do you. So I know which pockets I want them to go into. And basically they're going to be journaling cards. That's kind of my thought. And they are reminders of trips that I've taken. Mostly camping. I really enjoy camping. But since this is beloved visitor, this is, you know, me visiting places, and in some cases finding little hidden gems. And so these photos are kind of reminders of those places too, and who I was with. So next, since we did that, these are gonna go in these pockets. I grabbed some of my tabs. So I have these tabs that I had pre-made. I did kind of a little bit of a mass make one day. I need to check and see if I'm in film or in frame here. I am, good. So I was kind of thinking, and this was kind of funny since I'm talking about me being the traveler, I just realized that my initials were on some of these, so that's what I'm gonna do for them. Okay, so this one is going in the back, and I think I'm gonna sew around them and distress the edges a little bit too, so we're gonna do that. And then these are all gonna go on these, and I don't mind that they're gonna cover up part of the photo, because it's not just about the photo is a memory. So that's what it's kind of is doing for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do all of that, and I'm gonna do it in fast forward. So listen to some pretty music, or whatever weird music I happen to find to go with this video. Oh, you know what? Had a thought. Something different. What if we did a little stencil or something on the back here, just for funsies, to add something different. Okay, that's fun. I wonder, do I want to do it on the front? I like it on the back. Let's just leave it. Maybe. Can't really see it. Okay, we're not going to worry about that. It's not going to do the front. It's kind of cool though. Maybe another time. The back, yeah, we're going to do the back. Okay. This could be fun though. Do I want to use just that same thing? Let's... Okay, that's kind of fun. That is fun. I like it. Off easy? No. Good. Let's do that on here. All right. Just subtle, not you. I don't even know if you can probably see it on camera. Okay. So this is the order. This one needs to go on here. It's fine. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little tiny bit of glue on here. I am also going to sew this, so I'm just putting a little bit of glue on because it's going to get sewn. Okay. So it's straight. Not exactly. Good enough. It's close. It's straight enough. It's straight enough. Straight enough. Might need to glue this down so it doesn't get caught on the pocket. Okay. All right, we're gonna let those dry for a little bit before we take them to the sewing machine. So I'm gonna set those off to the side. Let's go ahead and we want to put this in here now, on here now. Put it on here. Kind of like it right like that now that I've cut it and trimmed it. Do we or don't we want to put something else behind there? Let's look at our scrappers. I kind of like it as is. It's kind of different texture. You know what? Let's just do it. Just glue it on. Oops, put it right on this pocket. Some mushrooms creeping in all stiff. Okay, so we're gonna let that be, I think. So we have these bits and pieces here. I do think I want to turn this into a full page. So let's go ahead and mark our holes. I also thought this looked interesting too. So like this, and then a flip and a flip. So I think I am gonna do that. Do I want to add the phone booth in too for funsies? Or do I want to do something different with the phone booth? I could do this. Okay, I kind of like it in a weird kind of way. All right, let's just see what we got going on. Let's ink these guys. now let's add a little bit more whimsy to this. Let's do, okay, I'm going to look and see what kind of, I'm going to do some shading or coloring or maybe gel pens. I don't know. I'm going to get something, look through some stuff and see what we can do with this to make it a little bit more interesting. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is kind of what we got going on. I went ahead and I sewed around these. So I'm going to just go ahead and stick them in the pockets where they're going to go so that we have a better feel for how everything is looking. And I had an idea for something else, of course, now that, you know, I've got this stuff all sorted. Why aren't you going in here? Okay, you don't want to go in. Why aren't you going in? There it goes. Okay, so that, and then this one. So I don't think I'm going to do it because I'm not sure how to do it yet. So it might be something I add in later. So I play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm a nerd. And I play with some of my partner runs the game and he does a great job. But then I also play with both my besties play and we have a blast. So I was kind of wanting to add my D&D character in here, but I'm not quite sure how to do that. So I also play Baldur's Gate, and I love that video game so much. And I kind of wanted to print off my character and add her in here somehow, but I don't know how to do that. So I might sneak her in later on. So because I think she would fit with kind of the vibe going on here too. But maybe I'll work her in on a different page. So also, here's what I did. I added a tab on this side and I stitched around this as well. So technically we could be done. We could be done with this. This is great. I love it. I'm very happy with this. This makes me so happy. But then I'm still thinking I want to put these guys on here like this in various layers and have them hinged on the bottom like that. So let's add some whimsical stuff to this. Maybe try and add in some mushroomy thing on here. I don't know. Maybe I have some piece of mushroom that I cut off. Let me look in my little scrap bin pile here, and maybe I can add a couple of little mushrooms that I cut off from the other one. I do have a few, so maybe there's a couple mushrooms I can tuck onto here too. So we'll see. But first, I'm gonna add some color to this one. So let's set this off to the side a little, but I want to be able to see it for color. I got to get some of that green in here a little bit. So let's go ahead and do this one first. And I grabbed some markers. These are just like regular markers. It's a big container of dual tip markers. And yeah, so let's go ahead. Not really sure. I kind of just want to highlight it a little bit and make it a little bit more whimsical. And I'm not quite sure what colors I'm going to use yet. So, but I want to stay in like the earth tones that we have happening here. And see, I thought it would be fun if I had like my little tiefling peeking out the window or something like that. That could be fun. So maybe I'll cut that out later and add her looking out the window. I don't know. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, I'm feeling a little better about that. Let's see how it looks. Next to this, you know, I'm kind of okay with it because it kind of is reminiscent of this in here. Okay, now I was thinking maybe putting some of these things down in here just for some interest and stuff, but they're of course the wrong color, so let's see if we can color them the correct color. I don't know. They're all very light and they are very flimsy because they're just from paper. So I wonder what we can do to color them kind of easily. Thinking I might need to throw them in my paint box. It might be easier to just hit them with some spray and get them the right color, but I don't know. Wonder if a paint dauber. Let's see what I got in here. I've got a green, I've got a brown, and I've got some mica sprays. Could be kind of fun. What else? Ditch photo. Rusty hinge and white. Okay. All right, so I gotta do some shaking. So I prepped a few more things and then I was waiting for some stuff to dry and whatnot. So these I figured we're gonna attach with some fabrics and lace, and I wanted to get those on these bits here, and then we might do a little more distressing. So I wanted to make sure our colors were looking good, and they do. So I want to get this one on here first, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these and then clamp them. So pull my sleeves up here, and well, okay, before I glue this though, because I think I want to sew these too, but I'm not sure. That might be too far. I don't hate it. I don't hate that, actually, because I had those little die cuts and I painted them because they were all the wrong colors. But now I'm wondering if I want to add any of them onto the layers maybe. So let's pull them out. And so what I did is I took them, here's my sheet, and I laid them out because this was red. So I used some daubers, and they took forever to shake up, which was annoying. So I daubered them with some various things. So that's why I have these outlines. And then I put them into my little paint box. I'll show you my paint box. And now we have these guys. They're a little curly, but they are nice and dry because I spritzed them with a couple different types of distress sprays as well. So there's those. Just grab the rest of them here. And we'll see if we have enough color variation and stuff to make this kind of what I'm hoping for, but I don't know. I don't know. Because these would look kind of interesting on here too. let's see. Maybe we will kind of glue these guys on here first, and then we can look at our layers. So if this one goes here, I just want to make sure we got these in the right spot. Yeah, I think we just got to do it. Do it. Nice, because that goes like that. Easy peasy. Now let's add some more interest here on the bottom. So I was thinking maybe like that. I don't know. Well, I'm just gonna layer some stuff and see what happens. See what happens. Because I don't know how these are gonna look yet. Maybe more like that. Like so. Kind of like that. What else we have here? We have, this one is gonna break here anyway. Maybe we'll just do it over here. I'm not sure what we're doing. Maybe this can go like that. I am undecided about this. I don't know. It's not really doing it for me, but I feel like it needs something down here. And I'm not really sure what. And that is frustrating. So let's see. What do we have that kind of goes with our theme a bit? That's not this stuff, because this stuff is not working for me. I don't know. I don't know what we need to do. And it needs something down here. Maybe, do I have something from traveling that is sitting around here that I love and adore? Okay, I might have to do a think and come back and see what we see. Okay, I'm gonna try something. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Move you there. I have this temporary tattoo. These are for skin, but you can use them on paper. So I just found a piece of green cardstock, and I'm gonna stick it onto this paper. And now I am going to wet it just like you would a temporary tattoo. I don't have a sponge, but I do have some paper towel and a spray bottle. So if you've never used temporary tattoos on paper crafting, they actually work pretty well. I have used them a bunch, actually. I actually have a video where I show kind of some techniques on using them too. So the trick is getting them wet enough but not too wet so that they stick to the paper but aren't gonna oversaturate stuff. And of course you want them to stick down really well. And they say 30 seconds. It kind of depends sometimes. So one thing you can do is just check. And voila. And then make sure your paper is dry. And give it a little blot. Ta-da! Okay, so that is super pretty. Let's trim it down. Okay, I think that might have been the perfect element to add to here to kind of go along with these mushrooms. Maybe, so I don't think it really needs to be inked. I think I'll just glue it down. Maybe we need a little bit, it needs just a little something there, but I don't know what. So one more little thing. What do we need? What do we need? What do we need? Something. How about a little label? That might do it. And then we can write something interesting on it. What could we write interesting to go along with this? I like this. Also could put one over here. We could, because we have the circle here, so we could do a circle on this side. So this could maybe go over here too. Oh, because we have this little circle kind of element right there maybe. Ugh, I don't know. Okay, let's look. What do we got? This one, I like this one. Okay, I have this thing that says excursion, and I think we should use that somehow. So kind of going along with our visitor theme. Okay, I should probably have waited on that. What you seek is seeking you. That's fun. I kind of like that. Let's do that. Now we're just kind of embellishing a little bit to just kind of finish it off just a little bit. Give it just a little bit more oomph, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead, ink this just a little bit. that we are done, I think. Oh, I gotta sew this yet, but that's it. So then that'll be all, because this is all glued on here. So we'll put it in our book. So these, now this flips like this. We have lots of writing space. These flip down, everything works. And if, once we get it in the book, they don't want to stay where they are supposed to, we have this to put along up there, which could be fun too, or another type of little clip. I've got some other different kinds. So there we go. There we have it. So we have one more Dephemerember on the books, and this was journaling card and beloved visitor. So I hope you get the beloved visitor thing in all of this. We definitely got the journaling card part down, as each of our photos is a journaling card. And as of right now, we can journal on each one of these too. So we have a big flippy journal card. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, leave me a comment, tell me what you think. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget, art with your heart. You have a great day.